Again, from the scriptures, we learn not only about the life of Christ, but we learn things about our own life, things we should and shouldn't be doing. We mentioned in an earlier session that when Christ went to the temple and he found the way people were treating the temple, turning it into a marketplace, how he got angry, and his statement was, "Zeal for my Father's house consumes me." In other words, he was telling us that the Father's house, what we know, not his temple today, but his church, the Father's house is a sacred place. Why is it sacred? Is it sacred because it has stained glass windows? Is it sacred because it's built in the Gothic style? Is it sacred because it's got an organ in there? No, it's sacred because Christ is in there. Christ is present in the church. Body and blood, soul and divinity, Christ is present in the tabernacle. Therefore, we need to understand that when we're in the presence of the sacred, we're in the presence of God, when we're in his house, we're not at a ballpark. We're not at a reception. We need to look at the way we act, the way we dress. Let me tell you something. The way people dress in church today, oh, well, God doesn't care how we dress. I know God doesn't care. Do you? Do you care to present yourself to God in a manner that's befitting and appropriate? We go to a wedding, we wouldn't dress like that for a wedding. We go to a graduation, wouldn't dress like that for a graduation. But it's just God. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter to him. It should matter to you, the way we dress. Ladies, it's not about showing off what you have. It's about giving God the glory. I go to these weddings, and the way some of these brides and bridesmaids dress, it leaves very little to the imagination. I'm sorry, it may be fashionable, but that's just not appropriate for church. Showing off everything you have in God's house is not what it's all about. The way we act. It's a place of prayer. It's a place to be in the presence of God. It's not a place to catch up with all the local gossip. We're walking in. How many of us even genuflect? Teach our children to genuflect. We're in the presence of the Blessed Sacrament. If you believe that Christ is present in the Eucharist, then when you walk in that church, you're in the presence of God. We should never walk past a tabernacle without genuflecting, bowing, giving some sign of reverence. We walk in there like it's a social hall and a meeting place. That's not what it's all about. We demonstrate our belief by our actions and by our zeal. To not distinguish between a church, between a ballpark, a gymnasium, a reception hall, by the way we dress, by the way we act, by the reverence that we show, we're imparting to the next generation that we really don't believe. And if we do believe, then our actions, our dress, our behavior, our reverence speaks volumes about our belief. If the Lord had zeal for the Father's house, then we're called to have zeal for the Father's house. Let's restore to his house the dignity, the reverence, and the respect that he so richly deserves. God bless you. Have a good one.